I did it, by myself for a long period of time. I went to JUCO, with my family.
So you did JUCO even?
Yeah.
Before you got to Alabama?
To retrace back, before I went over there.
Fuck, bro. JUCO's no joke.
Bro.
So JUCO, junior college.
Junior college.
So
Last Chance U, bro. If you watch that, you get it right away. People are like, oh man, you watch Last Chance U? I'm like, no.
I was Last Chance U.
I lived it. I only did it once. I'm not trying to redo that again.
Fuck.
So I went to...
let's explain this system of like, if you want to be an NFL player, like how does the whole system work before we get into the JUCO story? Because you got to give people some context.
You got to be at least 6'5". Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a few ways from high school. So there's like, I think the percentage now is 0.003% of everyone that plays high school football makes to the NFL. 232 people drafted every year. So that's pretty low odds out of a general population of 300 million people.
It's like 330 now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And when you go to LAX trying to get through the thing, you realize, I think 330 is in the building right now, and there's, man, if every movie, high school football, it's everything. So you can only imagine how many, and there's hundreds of thousands, there's probably millions of schools in the US.
Bro, and every fucking, like I used to go watch like Pee Wee football games and stuff with like my friends' kids and stuff over there. Like every fucking kid in America plays football.
Yeah, that's the first choice.
Yeah,
no matter what state.
And then they like have alternating seasons, so it's like you play football and then you play baseball, and then maybe you play basketball as well if you're one of those dudes. But it's like that is like the big three, and every fucking kid plays it, and every single parent, every single kid wants their kid to go to the NFL. Like this is like being on the, like if you make an NFL team in America, you are like it's probably easy to be an astronaut, and that's no joke.
It's probably more the better odds to win the lotto.
Yeah, for sure.
Better odds to win the lotto. You know what I mean? In the situation that is now, like, man, it's wild with social media. The recruiting landscape is
like global now too.
Man, they're picking up. I tell kids all the time, they're like, even in Australia, I'm like, how do I get recruited out here? I'm like, be good.
Yeah, be amazing.
Be undeniably good. If people see your highlights and they're like, wow, okay, you're a foot ahead of most other kids already. You know what I mean? So it's 2019. They're finding kids in Africa on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Like that's real. But so I think once you go from high school, you can either go to like a prep school for another year, and if you got no grades, go there. I went to JUCO because my grades didn't qualify for Division 1 because I didn't do like a language other than English in high school.
Okay. So if you're like one of those special kids, you can get a scholarship straight out of high school to a Division 1 school.
Yeah. So it's then you can go straight to a 4-year school, sort of build whatever foundations there through there. But if you go to JUCO, it's a lot tougher because you go to a different school, and JUCO is like the melting pot of all the really good athletic kids, but kind of really bad kids.
Yeah, they're from like fucked up backgrounds and gangsters.
Yeah, it's either gang related, education, their behavior, like criminal record, like all that sort of stuff like that. So
JUCO is where the kids go that are like kind of fucked up, but they got like a lot of talent and there's still promise to like make the NFL.
Second chance club.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're there. And they know they're there to get out. So the competition is like fierce. Sky high.
Yeah.
And I went there the same, man. Like coming from Australia, like eyes wide open. Like I'm like, yeah, I'm going to come over and it's going to be like cool or whatever. I came over. I'm like, I'm going to outwork everybody. I'm going to crush anyone's throat that gets in the way of doing that. And I'm not going to stop until either my legs are gone or they're carrying me in a box back to Australia.
And so did you go... Did you do high school in the States, or so you just went straight to JUCO?
Just finished high school, and then I worked 3 jobs: Hungry Jack's, Amart All Sports, and I did landscaping. That wasn't in the books, but don't tell anyone. And then I actually worked a little bit with my grandparents. Had a cleaning company, like cleaning late at night.
Yeah, right.
So between me and my family, we put money together, and I wasn't even on scholarship, man. Like, who was going to give a kid from Australia?
So you just paid to go to JUCO?
Yeah, so they said
that's fucking crazy.
I played for an Australian team, and I played against New Zealand in this World Cup qualifier thing, and played really well and got MVP. And one of the coaches that came over for the camp was from this JUCO, and he was like, if you come and pay your way, we'll see how you go and all stuff like that. I'm like, it's a chance, it's an inch of opportunity. So
yeah,
speaking with my family, I was like, all right, I'll do this work and get some money and get ready to go over. So we went over with like $275, duffel bag full of clothes, and Coach Jerry Dominguez and his phone number written in my passport. Went over there in Yuma, Arizona, which is sort of like where LA, where California, Arizona, and Mexico meet. So
yeah.
Not a mad spot to be in by any chance. Near some of the like El Gadonas were some of the biggest like portals for like the Mexican cartel in the world.
Dude, there's a gas. I don't know like where exactly it is, but there's like a gas station right like probably like 2 hours before Phoenix, and it's like you can literally there's the gas station, and then it goes down the hill a bit,
and the big brown wall,
a fucking fence, and then there's fucking Mexico.
Yeah.
It's so gnarly,
man. I've driven from Arizona to LA so many damn times. When you drive to Mexicali and all sort of stuff like that, like. I see more border patrol cars than I see normal cars. You know what I mean? Like, people don't know it's real. People like,
dude, I've been in jail in El Paso.
Oh, well,
at the border control.
Oh, you know it's you know it's real. So you've done that route before. Yeah. All right. But then from there, so it's a good football program at the time. Terrible place to live and rough place
and hot as balls.
Man, I think it's in the Guinness Book of World Records for most calculated sunlight per year. The sun was coming up at like 3 a.m, going down at like 9:30. It was blowing my mind, man.
Really?
I would FaceTime my family at like 9 at night. I'm like, yeah, it's still sunny outside. Like, I was mad tan. I lost 30 pounds because I was eating ramen noodles and fresh air every day because that's all I could afford. But then from there, I went over no scholarship, and they were like, if you play good, we'll put you on scholarship for the next year, and then see how you get recruited. So I did the whole season, balled out. I was lucky enough. By the end of that season, coming into the next season, I was the number 1 player in the whole of America.
In JUCO?
In JUCO, yeah. In recruitable athletes. That's high school and junior college.
Okay.
So I was the number 1 player. I was 5-star. I was everyone. So
how do they work that out? Like they because it's like weird rankings over there, right? They have like committees that will like sit and then rank the teams and then athletes, right?
Yeah. So it was through like Rivals and a few other websites that do a lot of the rankings. It's based on... It has nothing to do with the school or your record. Like, you could be a trash team. It helps if you can play a part in that.
Yeah.
But it's like your size, speed, your stats and stuff. And like, I was out there
just mauling.
Yeah, I was going pretty hard my first year, and we did pretty well too. So it always makes it look better.
Were you always a defensive tackle?
Yeah, most of the time. In Australia, I dabbled in like anything because that's just how it is. Like, played tight end, played middle linebacker, played center, played guard, played everything. Like, that's just, the nature of having 9 plays on a team.
Yeah.
And then from there, I was then recruited by everybody. So like Nick Saban, Joe Paterno from Penn State, who passed away, Lane Kiffin, Ed Orgeron, who was at USC. Like, every single coach on earth like came out to see me, as they would, I guess, be number 1.
It's like a movie, bro.
Oh, it's exactly. I tell people it's like the blind side. When everyone just comes to try and talk to you and stuff like that. But I was the only one there, and I didn't know any of them. Like, Nick Saban came, and I'm like,
who's this
Nick
guy?
Saban? I'm like, who the hell is this guy? You know what I mean? Like, he flew in a private jet to come see me. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll chat with him.
That's fucking... Isn't that crazy that you're, like, literally eating fucking noodles and, like, just, like, struggling to get by, and some dude flies from Alabama in a private jet.
Holding this golden ticket, man.
Just to, like...
Hey, I got one for you, You take one tour of the chocolate freaking factory.
That's kind of what it's like, eh?
Oh, 100%. And that's the only reason you're a JUCO. You're not there to go to school. Well, that's part of it.
You did have to keep
you have to.
grades, right?
Yeah, 100%. At least I think it was 2.3 at the time when it was there, which is above a C average. But you're there to get out. You know what I mean? And that's the attitude you get to go into it. And I was just lucky enough that my roommate at the time was from South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, and he was helping me sift. So I had a huge whiteboard in my dorm, as these already small dorms. This room's probably bigger than the dorm we had.
No shit.
Huge whiteboard, and I split it up. Had teams, and then I had pros and cons. Like, and it was like, for me, it was just like, coaches, schemes, like what sort of players, all that sort of stuff on there. And it was just like, at the start, I was like, I had University of Hawaii, Alabama, this, and then by the end of the week, stacked whiteboard. Man, I was boxes of handwritten letters from coaches. Like,
that's so nice.
I was like, man, please be like some scratchies or some money or something in here, man. Like, it's crazy. People want you so bad. I'm like, oh, I'm out here starving, but we can come next year and play. And then I played.
Like, get me out now, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm ready to go. Like, if this, I feel like I'm in daycare or something. Like, I need to get out of here. And then from there, yeah, so I ended up playing another year, finished as like one of the top players in the country, all American, all that sort of stuff. Then getting ready to choose where I went. Took some trips around, ended up decided. Well, I had two choices. So it was go to a small school, like at the time, which would be like a UCLA, USC, Oregon, and be the man, be that guaranteed dude.
Yeah.
Or go to Alabama and literally have to earn every time I touch the field every day nonstop. And knowing me and the path and stuff, I was like, man, this just adds to the story, and this is just what I'm about. So I chose Alabama. And I chose Alabama. A big reason was the town of Tuscaloosa, which is like, man,
crazy.
Man, absolutely wild place. One of my favorite places on planet Earth to this day to go to.
Isn't it crazy how those fucking college towns are like built, or like Tallahassee's the same. Like, dude, I remember flying to Tallahassee. So the most famous motocross rider of all time lives in Tallahassee. So we had to go film, book the flights, and I'm just like, this is going to be the most boring week of my life, right? And then, so we get there, and then we're driving through the town. I'm like, it's pretty fucking nice here, dude. Like, I didn't think Tallahassee would like be like this, but because it's Florida State, it's like, it was fucking crazy. And the girls that were there.
Florida State. I had the opportunity to go to Florida State, like, and one of the reasons I didn't go down there because people get lost.
Dude, you can get lost in the sauce there, big. Dude, like.
Yeah, more than the sauce down there. But yeah, it's wild. Like, I think Alabama,
they build these whole towns, man, on these colleges.
Alabama's the stadium holds 110,000, but on any given game day, that the town's population fluctuates up to like 700,000.
Yeah, and then everyone's like tailgating, like all the parties. Like Georgia's the same. Like
people don't understand
that. Athens, man, it's fucking the whole town. Like we used to go to Athens when football games were on, and just like fucking party. Like it was legit what you see in movies. Like every frat house, like there was just a swarm of people. The game's going in the stadium that holds 100,000 people, and then you're just like rolling through town and just like walking into these frat houses.
People don't understand. Like, I try and tell people, like, we were getting ready for practice on Thursday night, and people are already parking at the stadium, like getting their stuff set up Thursday.
It's so gnarly.
Like, everything happens Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday. Everyone's like I don't think people sleep. Like, I didn't know what the lifestyle was. Like, I was playing the whole time. Like, I'm in the hotel looking outside. Like, what are all these people doing out there? Like, that looks fun. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's just, I can't even describe it to people. And my family couldn't even really get it until they came and were like, what? They were walking through, and it was just like people screaming, like people barbecuing on like trucks, like
on the tailgate.
Yeah, that are like driving with TVs on the back. You know, people like, you go, like I said, I compare it to whatever's professional here. I go to the Broncos or Lions, and I'm like, and I live close to the Gabba, and I'm like, if I lived that close to the Gabba, like I lived next to Bryant Denny, like there is no way in hell that I would be able to live there.
No,
like it would be too loud, too busy, just swamped of people nonstop. Like, it's pretty much, you're taking the Shoelace Express. You're walking everywhere on game day because everywhere's closed, man.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're trying to drive on the outskirts of town, nowhere else in downtown you're going to get around. But like I said, an extra 500,000 people
flood into town.
Yeah, in a town that isn't really, I guess, made to hold that. But I loved it, man. I love the state of Alabama. I love the people in Alabama. I think that's like, well, most of my adult life was based around Alabama, so it's like the closest thing to like,
feel like
my home.
My
home. And the people there, they're still there to this day. But then from there, I went and enrolled and that sort of stuff, and kickstarted my journey there. I was lucky enough to go into a team of extremely, extremely good athletes and extremely good coaches. And again, same situation. I had to work extra hard because I wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah.
I wasn't as fast as anybody. I wasn't as strong as anybody, but I knew that I was going to work harder than everybody. And I did that. And it paid off. I started every game.
Really?
I started every game at Alabama.
That's sick.
From day one. And then, we went on to win 2 national championships, started national championships, played, did everything, parades, Sports Illustrated, ESPN, everything. And like I said, was lucky enough to be around some amazing, amazing men and women on my journey through the University of Alabama, and who are still there, like Nick Saban, all those sort of guys.